Alright, John, so I got a question for you. Who will win in a fight? The OG Red Ranger or the original Gold Ranger Trio Trefoil before Jason came along and took over his powers? Let's find out from my boy ASJ himself. Here we go.
Who would win, MMPR RED or ZEO Gold Ranger?
I, Tray of Courage, give forth the spirit and
Creatures, you will have access to a universe of power.
Tray of Heart, embrace you, Jason of Earth.
Jason, bold and colorful, you shall command the Tyrannosaurus
Tray of
dinosaur.
Wisdom, place in your hands the knowledge and experience of my people.
So a question just came in from one of the fans. This is one I have not considered before. The question was, who would win, MMPR RED or ZEO Gold Ranger? This is a tough one for me because the Red Ranger is undefeated. Red Ranger fought monsters unmorphed. Jason, the Red Ranger, defeated Tommy when he was evil.
Yes, he did. One of the most iconic moments in Power Rangers history. Jason versus Tommy in the Part 5 miniseries. All-time classic. You cannot beat it.
Brought him to the team.
My head's spinning. You'll be okay, man.
R.I.P. Jason's ever Frank, man.
What
I
you
miss
did,
him
you did
every
under
day.
Rita's influence. You own the power now.
Jason as ZEO Gold Ranger, he got his power from 3 Rangers at one time. So he literally is the only Ranger in the history of the show to have the power of 3 Rangers at one time. But Jason the Red Ranger had 4 Zords.
Now that's what I call power.
Jason the Gold Ranger had Pyramidas.
Not so fast.
No, Jason had
Pyramidas
3 Zords. The
could combine
Tyrannosaurus,
forces
the Red
with
Dragon Thunder
like
Zord,
Titanus
and the
and
Pyramidas.
the other Zord.
ZEO Ultra Zord.
But then Jason the
was
Red
that?
Ranger could combine all 5 Zords into the Megazord.
Megazord power!
Man, that is tough.
Very tough.
Neither Ranger ever defeated. Both of them immensely powerful with a perfect record. Man, that's a battle. Here's what I think would happen. And this isn't a long video because I don't think there's too many places to take this. This is a meeting of the Titans. I think this battle,
Yeah,
when they
seemed like
slam together, the shockwaves move the world over. And in the end, I think they get smashed so hard. They hit each other so hard, but because their character is so strong, neither can by will defeat the other. I think what they do is they combine. I think then they become a singular unit with
Very
the power
much.
of 4 undefeated Rangers with 5 Zords behind them to become the newest, most powerful Ranger in the history of the show. King Tyranno is the golden red crop.
King Tyranno, bro.
And I think that is how we get there. That
Bruh,
doesn't even bring
imagine
into
that
account
in the
Omega
comics.
Red. So then we pull out the
Imagine
power of
seeing that in
Omega
the
Red, which
comics.
is the 3rd iteration. And we now have the power of 5 Rangers in one guy. I think that's undefeatable. That is the most powerful Ranger before, during, or
Very
after
powerful.
in creation. That is what I think happens when Jason and all of his iterations meet and clash. I think morally and ethically, they would refuse to destroy each other because they would see the damage that would do to the teams and that there's no value in victory over each other because they all serve the same higher purpose. And instead, they would combine and meld Red Ranger, Gold Ranger, Omega Red into King Tyranno, and Jason was already
Omega Red,
undefeated. I think
They're just giving me
already undefeated.
MK11 vibes.
Now
when Luke King
no
became
one.
Fire God.
There's no one. There's never been anyone that could stop Jason's character, and I think now it just becomes the newest, most powerful force for good in the history of Rangers. That would be super cool.
Oh, yeah.
That is what I think it would be. So there is my take on what would happen, who would win. I think in the end they both win because they join forces. And I think all the bad guys in the world tremble in fear. You imagine all the weapons and the Zords? Jason, the Red, he had 5 Zords by himself. And then Gold Ranger, he had 6, or had another one. So that's actually 6 Zords. That is a titanic joining of forces. I don't think any other Rangers had 6 swords.
Boom
Like, he's
Studios needs to
personally
get on this,
piloted.
bruh.
Craziness. The Warrior Wheel, Tyrannosaurus, Red Dragon Thunder Zord, Pyramidas. Jason piloted Tommy's Dragon Zord. So I mean that's 5, and I'm forgetting there was another one in there somewhere. That would be wild. I would love to see that, and I would love to see the combining of forces. Like I'm having visions of Pacific Rim, the movie. You know what I mean? Where they smash together. You see the shock waves go everywhere. Like that would just be wild.
Yes. Yes.
So there it is. That's my take on Red v Gold and what would happen. Comment below, let me know what you think. And this kind of takes me back to, you know, the whole thing where, you know, it kind of leads me in that darker direction where you guys are always talking about, you know, we'd love a darker version of Power Rangers. I think that's one direction we could take. And I would love to do a
You could
darker
thank
direction
Netflix
of Power
for that.
Rangers, but I'm not Hasbro, I can't do that. Because I don't want to get sued. Instead, I mean, I did something totally different for you guys. Created something dark and terrible and twisted and heroic, and I put it together for you guys in a fashion where you can read over it and you can give me your opinion. I'd love to know because I am creating my dark story for you guys. So let me know what you think and enjoy it.
Hey man, shout out to ASJ for this bomb video. Now, I think what Boom Studios really needs to do right now is contact you and do this story with the King Ranger, combining all of the T-Rex, the Thunder Zord, the Pyramidas, and the Omega Ranger to become the King Ranger like he said. But there was one fan art I've seen in the past that really reminiscent of how Jason becomes the most powerful Ranger of them all. And I did a video on Billy a while back of how he became King Tricera. I got a video coming out very soon, but it's gonna take some time, about how I will write the Power Rangers reboot, my take on it. I got one with the original 5, and then I got one with Tommy. I'm gonna do based on the original 5 first, and then once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna end up doing Tommy of how he became the Green Ranger. So I think Tommy, for the most part, is going to be tricky because when he first came into the scene, he was just there. So I'm gonna try to create something that can make sense of giving him a backstory of his parents, his uncle, his aunt, everybody in his family that he's related to. He could have someone to look out for him because, mind you, Tommy is a minor, so he's not really old enough to like be on his own unless he turns 18 or something like that. Then yeah, he could probably do what he wants to do. But you get the point. The point is ASJ he did something that really made me think, you know what? If Boom Studios made a Jason story of him having his last battle go out with a bang, he can combine all of them powers together to become the King Ranger, and Billy could just help him out in their old age to just fight off whatever new threat is coming their way. But that right there is like something that could really work if Boom just get on with this thing, because I think it's going to end up surprising people though. Because MMPR The Return is already off to a good start. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this, man? Link to the original video will be down below.